So today is going to be my honest thoughts on Verdansk, or just Call of Duty as a whole, because I've been obviously throwing it back to Call of Duty content recently, and Call of Duty always finds a way into my content, even when I'm doing IRL stuff. It's just always been a massive part of my life. With all the videos I've been doing recently, coming back to it, especially this time of year like I always do, there's been some slight different opinions in my comment section, so I want to talk about it today, and just my honest views and everything, especially when I was doing the comparisons between the new Battlefield and the new Call of Duty. You know, a lot of people have been voicing their opinion, their honest thoughts about the game, and I've seen a lot of classic old school COD players actually saying how they've moved away from the game, they've had enough, and they've transferred to Battlefield and other games they ventured into. And to be honest, it's just got me thinking about Call of Duty as a whole and what current state it's sort of in. So let's just get straight into it right now, starting off with Verdansk, the main Warzone map. This is probably the most popular battle royale map we've ever had for Warzone. It's the fan favorite, and my whole opinion on this, was bringing it back actually worth it? I think in my opinion, yes, because it brings back that nostalgia that all the classic players that played the first one had. Plus, I think it's a decent map anyway, so anyone that didn't play Verdansk the first time round gets to experience it for the first time, and it's actually a good map. It plays pretty well, it flows pretty well for the most part, and it just all round Verdansk is an enjoyable experience. I think like everything, the nostalgia always wears off. It never hits quite like the first one. If you bring back anything on any video game, you have that same problem, unfortunately. Anyone that's delusional enough to think you're gonna have the exact same experience from Verdansk back in 2020, you're just deluding yourself, because you know it's not gonna be the same. The map hasn't changed, you just have as a person, and also the skill set of the game, it's just at a complete different level. It's the same with Fortnite, the exact same as Fortnite if anything, and everyone thought, by bringing back the old map, you're gonna have the same play style, this, that, the rest. 5 years of a video game, skills are gonna develop, skills are gonna get better, and if you're literally on the game just purely for nostalgia, you're not gonna get that same experience. So do I think Verdansk should go forward? 100%. I've touched on this in one of my other videos before. Verdansk needs to go to the next game. I think it's sort of it has to happen, it's a must. I think it's in a good state to transfer to another year of Call of Duty. I do think it's in a fit enough state, people enjoy it enough for it to go to the next game. But people have such controversial opinions on this Warzone, and it's kind of weird. I'm just gonna say straight up here, I enjoy Warzone right now. I think it's in a good state. Balance wise, it's quite nice, which I do know throughout this year we had a lot of problems with weapon balancing and hackers and all that sort of stuff. But right now, today, I think it's in a decent state. I like how the weapons are balanced right now, the play style's pretty nice, the metas are pretty nice, and all around I like how this Warzone feels. But I feel this way, and I think it's because I haven't played Warzone this whole entire year. I only really got back into it probably June, July sort of time. So I haven't really had a full year of playing this Warzone. I know players that have, and they really have strong feelings about this game. They really dislike it. They don't like the way it feels. They don't think anything's balanced. And what do you guys think about that? Because personally, I think it's good. I enjoy the Battle Royale aspect of Verdansk, but I also enjoy Resurgence and Rebirth Island. I do enjoy it for what it is. It's the same sort of thing. I love Rebirth. It's a map you're never going to beat, but at the same time, it becomes very repetitive. And I want to jump into the ranked side of both these maps. For ranked Warzone, I want to jump into how it feels on Verdansk and Rebirth Island. Verdansk I kind of was always a lot of fun. I like how it works, the play style, the system of how you gain SR2. I really enjoy that for Verdansk, and just all round, I don't really have too much of a problem with that, because even though I've played this map for 5 years now, I've been playing it since I was 15 years old, so pretty much it's going to feel repetitive after a while. I'm used to every play style, and every situation they throw at me with the zone and stuff, I probably had with the hundreds of hours I played on this game. But I still like that it feels somewhat different. Whereas how much I love Rebirth Island, classic Call of Duty players, we moan about it, but we still don't stop playing the game. And that's what a lot of people in my comments have actually been saying. If you don't like Warzone anymore, just don't play it. We must have some love for it, because we always come back to it. I'll hold my hands up, I am that guy. I moan about it, I always say I don't like Call of Duty. Yeah, I still always play it, and I still always buy it every year. We're stupid, it is what it is. But Rebirth Island, it's really fun, it's enjoyable, but for rank play, I hate how repetitive it is. And that's just because Rebirth's obviously a smaller map, so it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a lot more similar scenarios, and zones and endings and all that stuff. And all round, if you're going to base a game off repetitiveness, Rebirth Island's your map for that, because that's very repetitive. Obviously, every map in the end has their playstyles. They have their, tactics you're gonna do every game. Like Verdansk, you all do the same stuff leading up to getting a loadout, the playstyle, especially for ranked. You don't really change your playstyle. But the thing with Rebirth, and even when other Resurgence maps have been out for the rank play, they all get repetitive, especially when you play it as much as I do. I don't know, Rebirth for me just feels the exact same, on the dot, the exact same every game. And that's what I don't like, is literally do the same thing, get your loadout instantly, and it's usually the same drop drop, this, that, the rest, and the game just feels like deja vu every single time, without the slightest of changes. And you guys are screaming, going, that's because you're playing Resurgence, it's a small map, the same scenario is going to happen. Yeah, I know that. But we've had other ranked play on other Resurgence maps, such as Fortune's Key, and for some reason it just felt slightly different. Obviously it got repetitive, I'm not saying it didn't. I'm not saying Fortune's Key was perfect by any means, because it definitely wasn't. But for some reason, it felt like every so often, the gameplay changed. There was something different throughout the game, different scenarios come about, and your experience from game to game just felt slightly different. Whereas Rebirth Island, as much as I love the map, and I'm not saying I want it gone, it just feels repetitive, it feels the same. So my thoughts on Warzone, to be honest, going forward, with the amount of negativity it's getting and everyone saying it's not slapping, I've actually, I guess because I haven't played it all year round, from the couple months I've been playing it, I'm actually really enjoying it. There's not many updates whatsoever. That's the one thing I can complain about, the lack of updates, especially map changes. I feel like there needs to be more map changes. Like Verdansk is literally, it came out in April and I don't think it's had any map changes, apart from like now they've made it so you have the more money when you're landing in. You know, you have designated zones and named locations that give you better money drops. Apart from that, there's literally very minimal map changes. And Rebirth Island, I mean, it's not really changed at all. You know, we have the things now where the tower gets exploded and you have that variant of Rebirth every other game. But I mean, both of those are very minimal. But I don't think Rebirth needs huge changes. It is what it is. Everyone knows what you're getting out of that map. Whereas Verdansk could do with a lot of map updates, could do with a lot of map changes. And for both of them, I feel like the theme could do with improving. You know what I mean? Like, add some new POIs, spice it up a little bit. But they just don't seem to want to change anything. The thing with Call of Duty, they either go one extreme to another. So they either just don't update anything or completely change everything and fuck it up. That's not what I'm saying to do. When people are complaining about a map, that doesn't mean just bring out a new map that's terrible and rushed. Add slight map changes, add new POIs, spice it up a little bit, new play styles, maybe like spice up the zip lines and, you know, different access points to different situations. I don't know what to suggest. Definitely things you could do to spice up the play style. I'm moving on to Call of Duty multiplayer now, because I'm going to just tie it into my whole thoughts on Call of Duty. Even though I 90% play Warzone, I still do want to add my thoughts on multiplayer. I mean, casual multiplayer for years, man, it's been boring, such as zombies. It's just not hitting the same. And that's not nostalgia, that's not me getting old and being like, the old days were better. We fucking know that. You'll never top any old days. It is what it is. But it's just so boring, man. Skill-based matchmaking makes playing multiplayer dead. It makes it fucking shit. You do really well one game, the next game, you're going to get into like a load of top 250s and pros. Like, it's not balanced whatsoever. They do skill-based and make it balanced. I feel like it goes the other way. And that's always put me off multiplayer. Slight skill-based, I don't mind. But when it's heavily implemented like it is, mate, I get fucked off after one game. I can't be asked to play it. Because as soon as you do well one game, you're rewarded by nothing. You don't get a reward by playing well, because then you get thrown into a lobby, ultimate sweats, and it ruins your experience and makes me want to cry. It really fucks me off and makes me angry. So, I mean, multiplayer for the last couple of years hasn't been hitting, but I just don't find it that enjoyable in my personal opinion. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here today, guys, so I hope you did enjoy. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!